Hey beautiful people, it's me Daryl and I'm back with another video. Today's video will be a reading of Foster by Claire Keegan, and this is good. This is really good. I read small things like these, which I really did like. I really did enjoy it. I think there are some people who enjoyed it a little bit more than me, including my mom. My mom loved that book. But yeah, I really did like that one. But this is like, oh my gosh, like I think this one might be nearer to my heart. Now with Foster, this author is the real deal, let me tell you. This author is able, okay, I'll talk about like for this book is that a lot of the power and like the emotion comes in what is not said. There's a lot of like, it's one of these things where like the words are beautiful, but it's more beautiful when you think about like what's not being said, you know, like what's behind those words, what's going on in the empty spaces. Yeah, such a beautiful book. I'm gonna do, again, like I said, not sure I'm gonna do an individual review kind of thing, but I'll definitely talk about it in my July reading wrap up, which is shaping to be awesome. Anyway, so let's do a reading from this one and let's get started. Now that my father has delivered me and eaten his fill, he is anxious for his tobacco, to have his smoke and get away. Always it's the same. He never stays in any place long after he's eaten, not like my mother who would talk until it grew dark and light again. This at least is what my father says, even though I have never known it to happen. With my mother, it is all work. Us, the butter making, the dinners, the washing up and getting ready for mass and school, weaning calves and hiring men to plow and harrow the fields, stretching the money and setting the alarm. But this is a different type of house. Here, there is room and time to think. There may even be money to spare. I better hit the road, Dad says. What hurry is on you, Kinsella says. The daylight is burning and I've yet the spuds to spray. There's no fear of blight these evenings, the woman says. But she gets up anyway and goes out the back door with a sharp knife. I want to go with her, to shake the clay off whatever she cuts and carry it back into the house. A type of silence climbs and grows tall between the men while she is out. Give this to Mary, she says, coming in. I'm snowed under with rhubarb, whatever kind of year it is. My father takes the rhubarb from her, but it is awkward as a baby in his arms. A stalk falls to the floor and then another. He waits for her to pick it up, to hand it to him. She waits for him to do it. Neither one of them will budge. In the end, it's Kinsella who stoops to lift it. There now, he says. Out in the yard, my father throws the rhubarb onto the back seat, gets in behind the wheel and starts the engine. Good luck to you, he says. I hope this girl will give no trouble. He turns to me then. Try not to fall into the fire, you. I watch him reverse, turn into the lane and drive away. I hear the wheels slam over the cattle grid, then the changing of gears and the noise of the motor going back the road we came. Why did he leave without so much as a goodbye? Without ever mentioning that he would come back for me? The strange, ripe breeze that's crossing the yard feels cooler now, and the big white clouds have marched in across the barn. What's ailing you, child? The woman asks. I look down at my feet, dirty in my sandals. Kinsella stands in close. Whatever it is, tell us. We won't mind. Lord God Almighty, didn't he go off and forget all about your bits and bobs, the woman says. No wonder you're in a state. Well, hasn't he a head like a sieve, the same man? Not a word about it, Kinsella says. We'll have you togged out in no time. There won't be a word about it this time 12 months, the woman says, imitating my father. They laugh hard for a moment, then stop. When I follow the woman back inside, I want her to say something, to put my mind at ease. Instead, she clears the table, picks up the sharp knife, and stands in the light under the window, washing the blade under the running tap. She stares at me as she wipes it clean and puts it away. Now, Gerline, she says, I think it's past time you took a bath. So yeah, this is Foster by Claire Keegan. It's a very quiet book. Quiet, sort of soothing. There's a lot of like deep and heavy emotion in this book, but again, like I said, it's like when you're reading it, it's just like sort of coasting you along, kind of gliding you along, but there's a lot of potency there. I feel like some people who read this book might feel like oh, you know, like, what are they reading? It's a bore. There's like nothing really happening, but that's the point of it. It's like, again, like I said, you have to like really read between the lines, and the emotion is just brewing underneath, like the sadness, the longing, maybe the happiness, even the contentment. It's a beautiful story. Give it a try. It's very short. It is, how many pages does it say here? It is like 95 pages, so really not that much of a commitment. You can do it. You can do it, y'all. All right, anyway, that's all that I have to say. Did you read this book? Did that excerpt sound as beautiful as I believe it is? Is this a book that's on your TBR? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comments, and that's all I got for you today. Take care, peace and love. Love you always. Smooches, bye.